This is the MYNT 3D Super pen. It is a really nice, affordable 3D pen, and I'm going to show it to you today. So the pen's pretty simple. It doesn't have a LCD screen. The more expensive version of the MYNT pen does. But personally, I don't think that really matters because the screen is mostly used to adjust the temperature. So in order to adjust the temperature, if you do want to switch between filaments, you have to use a little screw to turn this knob here. But I personally like to only use PLA, and so I don't really see the need to have that temperature flexibility because I'm almost always going to be using PLA. Then it has a button here to adjust the speed at which the filament goes through the pen. And so if you have a slower speed, you're going to have to move slower to get a nice full line, and if you go faster, then you might get like kind of thicker or clumpier lines if you don't move your pen fast enough. So I tend to like to go right in the middle, but you might adjust it based on your own speed. And then there's basically a load and an unload button. This load button is going to allow for your filament to come out, and the unload would obviously help you to unload the filament. There is a red button that shows that the power supply is on and that it's heating, so you don't want to touch the top there, and then a green button when it's ready. And once your filament has cooled, then you can easily peel it off your page. It comes with a few PLA options, and you can obviously buy more online. It does need to be connected to a power supply, which could be a little bit of a hassle depending on where you are. So just making sure that you are able to access a power supply where you're planning to draw. So this is a laminated paper. It's from a tutorial that I have on my website. And I think using laminated paper is the best way to get started with 3D printing. So we're just going to show you how the pen works. So I'm just going to get things moving. And what you want to do, I'm just holding it as though I would the regular pen. And you just want to start with an outline. Similar if you've ever used a 3D printer. 3D printers do an outline first and then they do the fill. And then once you've got your outline, I actually might adjust my speed a little bit faster because it's clumping a little bit there. And then you just want to go back and forth to fill in your design. And you'll get better and better at this as time goes. I'm not the most artistic person, so I personally like using the 3D printer where everything is going to be precise. But 3D pens are fun too, and my kids do love them for activities and to make some fun toys. So you just go back and forth, filling in your outline of your shape. There's a common misconception that 3D pens actually allow you to draw in 3D. That's not really true. You actually just draw 2D shapes, and then you connect those 2D shapes together to make the 3D shapes. So you don't actually draw up in the air. You just draw regular. I am left-handed, so I really like the grip of this pen. I like how it feels. Of course, I'm a lefty, so it might be a little bit different if you're right-handed. Once it's cooled, it takes, a few seconds for it to really get to a nice cool. Then it peels nicely off your paper, and here we go. There's my heart. Really like this pen, super affordable. I think it's a great starter 3D pen.